over here because it's running. I mean, I'm able to run it properly.
Can you show?
Okay. I can't hear you. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can see, but well, I don't know, but it doesn't work on my phone. I've just showed it to you. I'm using build 24. That's the latest one that is available on test flight. And it worked fine yesterday, before the build. I think it worked fine in build 22 or 23. It stopped working in the latest build.
Oni tą QA wysyłali apkę po prostu do testowania.
Możliwe, no.
No dobrze.
Are you aware of the fact that I can't hear you at all? Nope. Not at all. Kalpan, your mic is on mute.
Yeah.
Could you say something? Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, fine. Is it okay now?
Yeah?
Okay.
David, we checked it in another device. Actually, it's not coming. This device is running iOS 9 and it's an iPhone 5. No, we are not sure why this issue is happening again, David. We'll check it again.
Okay,
Okay.
and we will check it.
Okay.
Okay, David.
Okay, as for other things, I needed to report another bug because I didn't assign it to any of the issues from the previous sprint because it didn't fit. But we fixed the fact that when you download the only lesson from Unit 2 or Unit 3, the clouds did disappear. But when I downloaded the whole Unit 1, the clouds next to Unit 2 and Unit 3 appeared again. Okay, so I submitted another to backlog, and I think that's it.
Okay.
All right, so let's start with the retro then.
Yeah. So let's take 5 to 10 minutes and then we will get back.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we are done from our end. Arik and David, can
Could you give me another minute?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, fine.
Okay. Okay, sorry. I'm still sneezing and I needed to take care of that. Okay, so
Yeah.
so we can continue then.
Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so starting from the first, only 1.12. Android's build performance navigation has improved compared to before.
Actually, David, initially the Android build was very laggy and slow, and right now the performance has increased a lot. Though there are some occasional crash issues, which QA reported us, but in the navigation and the pages loading time has improved considerably well compared to before.
Okay, because you started to build it as a release product or what?
Yes, David.
Okay. All right. Well, I wouldn't like to say that it's the only thing that worked well. I focused on those that would need to be improved, but well, we still managed to deliver almost everything. So I think that huge appreciation for that. Okay.
Yes,
So
David.
just my comment here.
Okay.
Okay, so moving.
Yes, Arek.
Regarding to Android build performance, from my side, I think that is two things. One thing is building application as release production version, and two is many console logs in code, which is a very blocker to performance application.
So if we remove the comments, then the what's the word for that? The performance is going to increase
I
even
think
more.
so, yes.
I see. Okay. All right. So, well, this is just a point for consideration, right? That if we, well, Alec's theory is that if we remove some of the comments appearing in the console, we could start, well, the performance would increase even more. So,
Because when each other change on the screen is changing, and then we have 200 console logs in the console. Android is very overwhelming
okay.
performance.
Okay. All right. So
that,
this is just
we are waiting for release.
Yeah,
David,
David, your voice is broken.
Is it? Nothing has changed here.
Okay.
Can you hear me
David,
now?
actually,
Yes,
Yes.
David. Yeah, fine.
David, while we're actually going to go for a release build, we'll obviously remove all the console logs and commands. So not that now that we have not yet moved to a production phase, so we just left it as it is, since we are only in develop mode.
Yeah, sure. From next sprint onwards, we are going to maintain branching structures. So that time we'll
Remove all the
remove all
comments.
the comments.
Have two branches, right?
While
The time
Yes. Yeah, sure.
time it will be resolved.
Yeah, we will resolve it, David. We can remove it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So shall we move on?
absolutely.
So what not went well? Last minute commits, it's not good to upload build, still continues. We
That's
need some order in place.
But that's the thing that could be addressed by the workflow that we discussed last,
If we follow
sometime this week.
Yes.
We'll fix it off. We'll improve this.
Okay, David, you were talking something, sorry.
Yeah, a few days ago we discussed the workflow. Are we planning to implement it as of the next sprint?
Yes, David. From this sprint, I mean sprint 7, we will be implementing that. So during the planning itself, we will provide the developers will inform about the QA handoff date, and they will have to stick to the handoff date. Only then we will have some order in place. Because we have 5 + 1 developers, so 6 developers versus 1 QA. So he cannot do at the stretch. So we need to manage that properly. So if we follow that strictly, then many points under what not well will be closed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So from this planning, have that implemented, David, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, and then next one, no or little backlog roaming before. Okay, so I'll just close it for now because we had it this sprint. Okay. No backend services for the app. We were actually waiting for backend functionality. So
The things are getting more and more complicated because, well, it seems that the thing that we've been discussing for the last few weeks with the RPG team, etc., it might not be a good solution for this particular product. And well, we are actually currently thinking of canceling all the discussions that we have had so far and starting new ones. So, well, nothing is happening. Well, a lot is happening here, but no results so far. But we still have a lot of things to do in the app, so it should not affect us. It might affect us when we fix all the bugs. But I'm doing my best to keep it as quickly, to make it work as quickly as possible. But well, there are plenty of discussions. So sorry about that.
No problem, David. So should we keep this open or close it now and reopen later when required? What is it?
Well, we can close it for the time being because it does not affect our workflow, because we can still continue. Well, it would be an issue if we had nothing to do, right? This would be an issue. But as we have lots of things to do, there are about 40 in the backlog. So I think it's not an issue for now, right? For us. We can reopen it as soon as we're running out of issues and we speed up things. But I'm still doing it as quickly as possible.
Sure, David. Okay. So moving on to the next one, previous retro points still open and slow improvements. I hope this will be closed in next sprint. Yeah. Okay. Veena's point, though we put our best efforts, review did not go well as expected. Yeah, I agree with you. Yesterday's review did not go well. We used to do it properly in the previous sprints, but yesterday it did not go well. And followed by that point, I have mentioned 2 more points, which is part of that. Functionality mess in PEMOB 251 and cosmetic bugs in 275. We actually, QA actually checked and closed the issue. He provided sign off, but during the review, we found that again. So I would like to, identify the root cause of it, and so that we can avoid it later. What caused this? 275 is shakes. That cosmetic changes, yeah.
Okay. So
Is that the build error or?
I'll just explain. What happened was, initially the help contents page were different. Okay, Shake's story was to update it, and later I had the translations for the old content. So I was just communicating with David in the middle of the sprint, and I was just asking him the translations. And later, when I just received the translation from David, I had to copy paste things, and by mistake, it was my mistake. By mistake, I copied another string into the languages JS file, and I gave it to QA. The thing is that he didn't report it that time itself. If he had reported it that time itself, I would have corrected it. But then he reported some changes, like some 5 or 6 changes, and things were corrected then and there. If he had reported it there itself, I would have committed. I mean, I would have changed it.
I think he did not see because he completed that already. Is that the case?
Maybe. It was like his case was like that page was already tested, right?
Okay.
The bill came for me 3 hours back only, so I don't have much time. So I was looking for the functionality testing rather than focusing on the full end testing.
No, it's like both the sides mistake.
Together, all together.
Kind of.
But this is a
So
simple.
he would have come at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. I would have finished it.
But even then, Valliyappan, we need to ensure to do a regression testing once every. All the issues are.
Time was there for me to come back to review. So I rather focusing on UI, I focused on functional testing. So it should not break any.
My case was like there are totally 74 strings in the application. So I couldn't check each and every string. I randomly checked the strings, and it was like I just couldn't find it out. David picked it out immediately because he knows the contents, right? So he just picked it out immediately. But in my case, I was just looking like, okay, Polish, this content has changed. English, this content has changed. So randomly I was checking.
And we delivered late, and he did not have some time to check as well, I guess.
No. 20 minutes of time, so only came currently to the.
Okay, how about functionality miss in PEMOB 251? How did that happen? Yeah.
Actually missed you. We didn't check
Last
the
minute, maybe because of the.
Valliyappan, you will have test cases for each and every scenario, right? For the positive scenarios and for the negative scenarios. Did you also miss this during your testing?
No, actually, I know this was a story. No, that was the bug. So I was thought of closing the story and thought of that is my bug. So only I just made a sheet and shared with David as well. So I got using that.
Okay, you reported that bug as well.
I reported in the morning itself. That what I got was missing.
Okay, then why did not we fix it? We did not have time before the review. But during the review, if you are missing, if you know the bug already, just let others know so that. Fine. Yes, we should have reported from our end itself. And please ensure there is no functionality miss from each of the stories. We are trying to, put it into chunks of stories, right? We are breaking into small stories as possible. So we should not miss it. Many bugs in the build. Yes. From the past 2 sprints, I don't know what happened, but we are getting many bugs past 2 sprints. So how can we avoid this?
Actually, for the last, and this next sprint is also going to be about bug fixing. So for the last 3 sprints, we've just been bug fixing things, adding very little functionality. But, well, there are plenty of bugs. And there are going to be a few more, the ones that are going to be reported by Valliyappan after yesterday's testing. So plenty of bugs.
But we also need to avoid.
The thing is exactly what was in the previous sprint. Actually, the polishes which we have taken it was a kind of major thing. Almost a lot of functionalities we have touched almost. Some we have touched, we agree, but we need to ensure that it was a kind of a major thing we have fixed almost that cloud icon.
Right.
It was missed, partially fixed that thing. And this is actually 247. So it was a kind of major, almost a major thing. So we have touched in all the scenarios everywhere in that cloud icon, levels page, and everything like that. So that was the root cause of that issue. So
And if it is affecting other scenarios.
Yeah, because we have a major scenario we handled. So the processing. So
Okay,
maybe
but
we'll
we also
ensure-
need to ensure other scenarios are not
we'll
getting
ensure from this,
affected.
yeah.
And Valliyappan, we need your help in scenarios. Just ensure to test all the scenarios, complete
The
scenarios.
probably the possible scenarios, I'm mentioning it in the bracket itself, so they can get it easily. The scenarios
Okay.
mentioned that.
And once
one
when
more
you
thing, actually, what we followed previously was while uploading a bill to test bill or test scenario, actually we'll get an approval from QA. Then only we'll make it as move it to product owner.
Okay.
So, but we need to.
Yeah, from
go
this
for it.
sprint,
That would
maybe
be
we
better.
can.
Yeah, that will be better if you are providing a bill to app stores. Before that, we need to check the account.
Correct.
It's a kind of regression.
Fine.
Because in that case, we can
Avoid many bugs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But
in
for that, we need to provide the build earlier to the QA, provided he has some time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He should have equal time as well, like you guys. Okay. And I will also suggest you one thing, Valliyappan. When you identify bugs, you are just going to each person and then telling you have a bug in this build. Okay. People might miss that because they were in the middle
No,
of.
for that's only I'm saying it in and I'm logging it in the group as well. So
I wanted to tell the same. Just mention
logging
the
the
bugs
same.
in
So
the
that's what we
Slack
have
group.
mentioned in the CAD group. I'm mentioning it in the same.
Okay. Once they review and approve your bug, if it is valid, then we can let PO know, and then if he agrees as well, we can log in Jira.
So what I'm doing is I'm giving a separate mail for PO as well. The bugs which I have found.
Okay.
What about this thing? That is, if you are providing a functional testing, if we found anything, can we raise a bug in Jira? Instead of updating sheets.
I'm waiting for PO approval. That's one. So this is.
No, he will just let you know. I mean, you just tell him whether it is a valid bug or not. If you tell him, then he can raise it in Jira. Fine.
Okay, if it is valid, okay. So yeah, because Jira bugs are not.
Sometimes it would be the expected scenario from your end, right? So we both can discuss and come to a conclusion, and then he can raise it in Jira.
Yeah.
Fine.
No, if
but keep it open
Jira,
and keep it transparent. Just don't go to each individual and then tell them the bugs.
If you raise it in Jira, it will be transparent for everyone.
Yes, and also link to the particular story. So, okay. David, we will ensure some order. We will bring some order from the next sprint and ensure we will not identify much bugs.
That major big bugs on the builds will be avoided.
And we have to resolve all the existing bugs for now.
Yes.
Okay. Area of improvement, same thing, and the build, and we can have themed retro. Okay, I'll check on that. Okay, and GitHub workflow. Are we all in agreement with the GitHub workflow? Arik and Chennai team.
Yeah, the only thing is that we'll be using terminal for secure and commit, and we'll be using source. Other than that,
and then the branches.
Okay, the testing part.
Next thing.
Okay.
How many branches? 4 branches or 3 branches?
4 branches.
I think he mentioned in his email like stage is not required because backup is not required.
No, actually backup no. When we will be using, right? If you are moving to production, and then
You find some issue.
yeah, if you find some in the previous build where we are having one. So for that, it is a backup stage.
It's a very rare case that we'll find such kind of a bug.
Be good to have a backup.
Be helping us that time.
Okay. And Arik, do you agree with that point? I mean, to have 4 separate branches in GitHub? Dev, test, master.
I have sent email to team 2 days ago, and I didn't receive any response about my mail. And
yeah, I thought of discussing it in retro.
Yeah, and I would like us to concentrate not only on the branching layers, yeah, and which branch for what is, but I think that more and more concentrate on the work. From yours mail, I don't see any workflow about branching.
Yeah, Arak, we agree. Actually, the thing was, we thought it will be like in the first around 3 to 4 sprints, we don't have QA, and so directly we have maintained a single branch, and we have provided the build, all those things. So we totally agree that. So as of now, we have a QA now. So we'll follow the branching structure from this sprint.
Okay, but from what I can hear from Arek, from I have just heard from Arek, and I'm just reading his email. The problem is not about the branching that actually, but the problem is with the workflow, right? So you suggested that we should have 4 branches. Arek thinks there should be 2 branches, develop and release, because there's no need to have a staging branch because, well, we do not need to back up anything. You would just need to have developed branches in which we commit, to things that we have already finished, that developer can use to build a new product and test it. And we should have minor branches in which we're going to develop each and every functionality. So, and it is more about the workflow, that what we do. So we start creating a piece of functionality, we create a branch, then we merge this, then we commit the fixes, and then we merge, develop with the fixes that we've just made. Development can build the app, right, from this branch. This is what Arek would concentrate on, not the naming of the branches and having just branches. No, apart from having branches, we need to follow some workflow here, right?
And merging should be do it when we have functionality, not when the functionality we've missed some issues. And develop branch should be without any issues.
Well, I believe that the best thing for you would be to respond to Arek's email, and we can do it offline, right? If you believe this would, because I don't think we still need to do the planning, right? So I think that it's better if we continue, because I believe that we are on track and we are all going to agree with that. I don't think it's that complicated. So let's do it offline. Let's not discuss it now. What do you think about that?
Okay,
so let's do it immediately after the call, after the planning. We can start discussing that offline. You can start discussing that offline. I'm just as a support here. Okay?
Sure, David. Okay. So the last point is wording of bug reports during QA must be clearer.
Okay.
Yeah, the steps to reproduce and the report.
Yes, that's. Well, if you could provide more the descriptions of the bugs in a way that are very easy to read, because I sometimes look at the titles and I cannot figure out what this bug is all about. So to give you an example, I got it. Okay, logged in user, app is crashing, install, login, try to download the course. Honestly, well, I need to open this one. I need to open it in a separate tab in order to find steps to reproduce, which takes a lot of time. I think that, well, it's just a wording. So could you make the descriptions a bit more elaborate so that when I see the title, I immediately know what it's all about after just reading. Okay, just my suggestion. This is going to make things a lot easier for me.
I'll be elaborating the description so that you will be getting.
But it's not only about descriptions, but also about the titles, right? I know that you want them to be short, and that's absolutely great. But they should be a bit more. Well, they should be still short, but a bit more elaborate, so that they're more understandable for me. Okay.
Okay.
How do you do that? Apart from that, very well done. But just my suggestion, just to make things easier for me.
Thank you.
Okay, David. And appreciating Valliyappan for last minute testing. Thanks, Valliyappan, for closing all the issues in Jira, but still we need to have some order in place. Okay, thank you team for the retro. Thanks for your feedback. looks like we have a lot of things to improve from our end. Okay, so David, let's start with the planning. And this is the velocity tracker for sprint 7. From our end, 5 developers will be available except one personal leave. So 39 would be the velocity. And for QA, no leave. And Arak has a holiday in between, and rest of the days he is available. And Sheikh would be shared as usual.
Okay.
Okay. So
all right. So let me share my screen then. We have a few things to estimate, the new bugs and the things that we could not estimate previously, right? But let's start with the estimations, right? So because we have 4 things to estimate now, maybe there might be some more, but I don't think so. So PEMOB 359, cloud next to the names of units appear again when another unit is downloaded. I put steps to reproduce here. Download the only lesson for units 2 and 3. See the clouds next to the names of the units disappear, and that's desired. And then download all lessons for unit 1. See the cloud next to the name of the unit disappear, but then see the clouds next to the names of units 2 and 3 appear again. Okay? So this is a bug that I found yesterday when closing the sprint.
Okay, and one more thing. So do we add that all those bugs which is reported? Only has reported some bugs. So shall we add that to in the background? No,
yes, David will be adding it later.
Okay, then again.
Yes,
In this video, I want to take that off, or
it will be better.
Maybe that, or
I don't get you.
I'm looking which ones are major from Balipin's reports, so that maybe having one cloud to download, click in unit 2 and also on cloud simply stops the download. That is when I go back to the previous screen. Was able to scan.
Any of these from the priority for the sprint 7, David?
Not necessarily, I'd say. No, not necessarily. They are pretty complex, but, well, they are major, but they're not that, immediately conspicuous that I think that we can put them, I'm going to put them in the backlog, and then we can fix them in the next sprint, not in this one, but in the next. Okay?
Okay, sure, David. Right. Okay, so for now, only the current backlog items. Okay.
Okay, sorry. So one thing is, some app is crashing in Facebook. So we don't want to fix that.
That is in Android?
Yes.
Did we review the iOS ones now?
No, I'm asking whether we don't
bugs
need to
are
fix
common,
that.
right?
Yeah, bugs are common.
I see. Okay, so in Android, okay, because I was looking at iOS only. Okay, this one's critical. That's true. That's true. The landing page, critical. Okay, so we need to, if Balipin claims that these are critical and these lead to app crashes, we need to fix them, right? So we need to put them in the backlog now.
So 4 and 5.
Okay, please add steps in the 0.
Oh, yeah.
4 and 5.
Sure.
Can we add it now?
Sure.
The
Along
third
with the
one,
steps,
the
we need to
third one
estimate.
also, it's a major one, David, actually. When I try to log in first time, now it is crashing. 3, 4, and 5, right?
3, 4, and 5, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So Valliyappan, will you be adding it now?
Sure, I will be adding.
Okay. Once you are done, just let us know. We will review those steps, and then we will estimate it. Okay. Till then, we will continue with the backlog items then.
Okay, so let's do the estimations then. So this bug that I reported, download the only lesson.
Will be in the sprint because they are critical bugs, and we'll be taking it in the sprint. Yeah. Once he is done, we will estimate. Okay. 359. Can we estimate? Three final clouds next to the names of units appear, and then another unit is downloaded. Points. David, 2 points, and let's assign the name and due date as well now itself. An assignee would be Eril David, and the due date. Friday.
17.
10th. Okay. And David, there will be another column called due date. Can we update the people?
So,
So it would be for 10th. 10th EOD little.
No, that is the due date is like we need to.
This is like a QA handoff date.
Okay.
So due date here will represent the QA handoff date for each stories.
okay, the 10th of November. Okay. Okay.
So moving on to the next one, 358.
Okay. Steps to reproduce. Install the app, open the app, download the lesson from unit 1, unlock level 1, kill the app, open the app, see the call to action rows are back. So if I download a piece of content when I'm not logged in and I haven't unlocked anything, leads to the situation in which after reopening the app, the app forgets that we have already unlocked some levels.
Ariel will work on it, and the points of the
Tuesday.
okay. David, 2 points.
Could you repeat? Could you repeat because I broke when you were saying the number.
Okay, 2.
2. Okay. And the due date?
Assignee would be Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
And due date would be Tuesday.
The 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we estimate, we need to consider the testing effort as well. Remember that and then estimate, okay? Fine?
Okay.
Okay. And then
356, an improvement. So as a user, I want to be able to remove downloaded content when I'm logged on, when I'm not logged in, right? So according to the mockup that I showed you yesterday, right? So let me find it. Put it in the description.
Mockup.
But this is the one that we discussed yesterday, right? So you do not need to be logged in order to remove a piece of content.
Have a query here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just consider the scenario. If the user just unlocked a level. David, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, just a scenario to clarify. If a user unlocked a level and see after scanning his redirected to login page. Okay, once login, he tries to okay, so he unlocked the level, and now he downloaded the level. Okay, now user has given sign out.
Mm-hmm.
So once he has given sign out, when he presses on remove downloaded content, will be removing all the content which he has downloaded, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm talking about the situation in which, for example, I download the app, right? I start using it without unlocking anything, right? I have downloaded lots of stuff for Unit 1 because only Unit 1 is available, and then I want to remove it.
Okay.
Without unlocking anything, without logging, right?
Yeah, also we need to show that graded content, right? If no contents are there to remove, will be disabled the button click, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I see it.
Okay, it's for Ram Kumar, and do you want to estimate?
2.2.
And 2 points, David.
3 or 2? Could you repeat?
2 points. Including testing.
Including testing, 2 points.
No, that's remove
3, 5,
downloaded
6.
content. Before login, we need to place one button.
Before login.
No, actually, as of now,
It is there in the sign up page right now.
Yeah.
It should be moved on to the login page.
no, okay. David, one more clarification, David.
Mm-hmm.
We need to place that remove downloaded contents in both the pages or only one page? Only one.
Only in my profile, as per mockup.
Okay.
He's asking
Actually, David, we have the scenario is like we have two separate pages. My profile before the user has logged in, and after the user has logged in, we are displaying another page. So it's like you want the button to be placed in both the conditions or a
In
single
both.
page.
No. On both. Both when the user is logged in and when the user is not logged in, right? So both in this one, right? So we are not logged in yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And wow, I cannot find it now.
Not a problem, David.
Okay, and here when I'm logged in both.
Both the pages.
Here it is grayed out, no?
David, I have a question here. While we sign out, we automatically remove all the downloaded contents, right? So, in that place.
Well, just to explain it to you, because from the business perspective, it is possible that lots of content can be available without logging in, right? For the time being, we assume that it's Unit 1, but there might be some titles in the future, etc. And I do not want to limit the situation in which the user can remove the content only when they're logged in, which is, well, honestly...
I understand that scenario, David. You are telling about the scenario where the remove download content button will be placed before the login in my profile, right?
It's below. Actually.
Yeah, I understand this, the one you're showing right now.
Okay.
So since we are placing it over here, and while signing out, we automatically remove all the downloaded content for that user. What I think is that we don't need this remove download content button in the sign out page.
But remember that when the user starts the app, they are not signed in, and they can use the app without signing in.
Yes.
And they cannot remove the content. They first need to log in and then sign out in order to remove content, which doesn't make sense.
Yes, David, I understand this scenario, David.
No.
So what's the, because I don't see, so what's the question?
No, so the screen right now you're showing, I understand this, why we need to place it here. My question is on the sign out page.
After user logged in.
See, this is for free samples. After signing, we give the pro. After the backend is ready, the new products will be open for the user. At that time,
Okay.
The user can download that contents, right?
Okay, that's what Ariel is asking. See, anyway, if you give sign out, we will be removing every content. You are providing a pop-up, right?
Maybe
The user has not signed in at all. he has
Yes,
a way
I
to clear the
understand.
If
contents.
the sign out button
That is okay. So we are placing it before login. We place this remove download content.
Totally.
No,
We
in
agree with
future, he's saying the sign off will be work only for the byte products. At that time, you'll delete only the byte products. The free sample will be already there, right? At that time, what you do?
Okay, David, can you got a point? Still,
Yes, I can see your point, but I still do not see the point, to be honest, because
Okay,
okay, so the user can sign out and they can continue using the app without being signed in. They can still download Unit 1 and all this stuff, right? And they would need to have a chance to go to my profile and remove the downloaded content, despite the fact that they have already signed out. So I see no confusion here at all.
Yes, no confusion here. So in now, if we go on to the sign out page, so while signing out, we automatically remove as per the use case now. What we do is while signing out, we remove the downloaded content anyway.
Yes.
Whether the user clicks the immediately of the user clicking the button below, we would not need a button there, right? So that is what I'm asking. In the sign out page only, I'm saying the previous thing you should.
But currently, when you remove all the content, this one becomes inactive. Okay, that's how it works now. So the user is going to sign out, and he is going to see this screen, but this one's going to be inactive because we have already automatically removed all the content. Okay, but if they then go to courses, download something, and go back to my profile, this one is going to be active again, and they can remove the downloaded content without being signed in.
Yes, correct.
Okay, see, one more scenario we have mistake. See, user just want to clear the space without signing out. In that case, we need remove downloaded content.
Just to clear the space.
Just to sign out, but he
Okay.
just wants to clear the
Space.
Okay.
Okay, just one more query. Sorry, David. I just want to differentiate in both the cases. Before user logs in, if he presses on remove downloaded content, just we need to remove only the sample contents, or we need to remove everything?
Well, if the user is not signed in, they can download only sample content. Yeah. So we assume that we remove everything, but it's only sample content. Do you see my point? Yeah. So we remove everything, but this is still going to be just the sample content, because if the user is not signed in, they cannot access anything apart from sample content.
Yes.
Okay. No. Okay. Just consider like the scenario. That is, if a user unlocked a level and he downloaded the levels what he have unlocked. Now, after downloading, he signed out.
And we automatically remove everything.
Okay.
No, in the sign up page, remove download content is there. No? In that time, he's asking whether the both will be
both,
removed,
that is
or
sample
only
content
the,
and unlocked level will be removed, or what? That's what
only
I'm
that will be removed.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to ask.
Okay, David. So take this scenario. When the user clicks sign out, should we remove all the contents or only the unlocked? I mean, for that user.
All the content. All the content.
So the user is logged in. Now the user contains both the sign out button and the remove download content button. If the user clicks on remove downloaded content, what will be what you are expecting to do? You are expecting to remove all the content what he has downloaded, or only the sample content or the unlocked content?
Okay, to make things clear, whenever I tap this remove downloaded content, we remove all the content that is available on the device. All the content. There should be no content whatsoever. The same is when we are signing out, we remove all the content, not just the sample, everything. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, hope you're all clear now. Okay.
Yes.
So shall we go on with the estimation?
Yeah.
Points, please. Valiyappan,
Remove content.
altogether 2 points will be enough.
If you will be giving it in 1.5 months, no, I will take off.
Okay, 2 points.
2 points the width and the due date will be.
Great.
We already have the functionality and okay. David, one more query. Sorry, David. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, so consider when a user has unlocked an activity. Okay. Okay, user scans an activity and he downloaded the thing, and now user is looking on the activity. Okay. Okay. See, now user is looking on the activity. Now user changes the tab, my profile tab, and now he tries to remove downloaded content. So after downloaded all the after removed all the contents, when he when he clicks on course tab, what should be the expected scenario?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. I think that we should go back to the list of products or to the list of levels. Sorry, list of units. Sorry, to the list of units. Yeah.
So okay, so that that is in the course tab. If the user is looking on the activity, we need to remove that, right? That is, we need to pop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And that's very clever. Yeah. So yeah. So that's what we should do then. Yeah.
What we need to handle here? Or some other? We need to handle in this story, or do we have any separate for that?
David, are we handling that in this story?
Yes, absolutely. Because this is how it. Well, this functionality is already present. Please remember that it's already present, right, in the app. The only thing the only difference is that that it's not there when we are signed out, right? So I can put it in the description, but we should cover it in this story. Yeah, definitely. When the user is looking. Profile.
That remove download is there, but that activity is not there. That is it. Okay. See, the scenario changes here. See, when the user unlocks an activity, now he's in the activity page. And he's moving on to my profile tab, and he tries to remove download the content. After removing, he's coming to course tab. That time will be redirected to that levels page.
Okay.
List of level.
So extra scenarios are there.
David, so 5 points would be required for this 356 scenes.
Okay.
And it is for Ram, right?
Yes, for me. And it will be
due date.
Do you have a code freeze?
Yes, Friday.
Maybe we can look more ahead. So
2 days for regression. Hey, how many days you need for regression testing, Mr. Valiyappan? And then that would work. Monday EOD we can provide the bill to David.
Friday, if you code freeze, if he checks on Monday and then tells me you need some time in case.
Okay, so Thursday? He said he needs to.
16.
No. Friday will be better because we won't get time for 2 days will be
But we need some space to fix the bug and then provide the bill to him for regression testing.
Okay, Friday we'll manage Friday.
Due date for this story, please.
Okay, Wednesday will be on week, so
Thursday?
16.
For sure?
Yes.
Okay, that will Thursday.
16.
16.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. 131 testing task is missing, right? Okay. So, and Arik, we would need your help to set up his environment, right?
Yes.
And then he has to pull the build and test. So, would you both coordinate together and then complete the testing for 131?
Could you clarify your question? Because I don't get it.
Okay. So currently, here we don't follow that process, right, Arik? So we used to provide a ready-made build to the QA for testing. So
Okay.
in your case, he has to pull the build himself. For that, he don't have the environment right now. So can you help him in setting up the environment so that he can do that from next time?
So I have to build application for
No. You just need to help him in building the environment, right? So you probably need to tell him how to pull the code and how to build it.
Right.
Okay. I don't have any problems.
No?
And I tested on.
Yeah, but
devices.
the question is whether you can help Valipan to
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, okay, so you can do that.
Then I think the story is ready, and Valiappan, you can check with Arik for his available time, and then you can proceed with testing, and probably try to complete the testing by end of day today itself.
Right.
Yeah, because it is already ready.
Then I'm myself free for lab now. Just asking that time.
Arik, are you available today to help him?
Yes, I can help him.
Okay, fine. Okay, thanks, Arik.
Thanks. All right.
Yeah.
352. This is for this is the merging, and we have already discussed that. And this is for Arik.
Okay. And due date?
Arik, due date?
Due date.
I mean QA hand.
After testing, after QA testing, I think that due to tomorrow. So 9th.
So the 9th of November. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the moment when Arik is supposed to give it to Valipan. Is that correct, Kalpana?
Yes, David. So it is for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. And 353? It is for Arik as well.
Yes, and that's why I grouped it this way. Well, I don't think we can provide any today.
Yeah.
Especially that I don't think that actually we are going to involve Valiappan in doing that, because you would need to learn how to use the tools in Avalanche tools for building content and so on. So I think that we are going to exclude this task from QA.
QA not okay, fine. For 353 QA is not applicable.
So
Arik, you have more points in the current sprint, so would you be able to complete both the stories?
Well, due to the fact that we already realized that this one and we accept it, I think that we can. Well, I'm saying that for Arik, but I think that he doesn't mind. We can do it this way.
Yeah, I will start this issue from Monday. Exactly, it will be under 15th of November. So when spring will ending, then we spill over this to the next issue from next week.
But even though he has more that he can bear, we all agree to that and we all accept it.
Okay, David, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to the next one, iOS bug. No internet 309 for you. Okay, and points would be points is done. Okay, fine. This is for Mahalakshmi, and this is for Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
13th. Yes. Okay. Next one. Android app is crashing on scanning QR code. This is for Gautam.
Re-estimate for this because I was just checking on it and there are some more permissions we are discussing in the morning.
Okay, David, this is for Gautam, and he feels like he would like to re-estimate this bug because he think he has more scenarios to handle.
Actually, David, currently we are handling like camera permission and storage and all in Android, but then we have something called as React Native permissions for handling those kind of set of permissions. So there are some scenarios yet to be handled. So I mean, I would like to have a re-estimate on that.
okay. And to how many points?
David, can we have permissions?
Actually, when I checked that scenario, we could the issue is there in many of the cases. I've checked in internet, and I found I can't say that is the solution. I checked like we have some plugins that is like for permissions. I hope like when we add that might not sure about
Because
it.
in iOS it's a different case, but then in Android it's like we are using camera permission, storage for reading and writing data, internet permission is there, certain complex scenarios to be handled. That's why.
This is the one solution I found in.
And you don't know whether it will work also.
Yeah, we are not sure.
Yeah.
We have to check actually.
So should we take it as a spike?
I thought so because I couldn't find some better
Proper
solutions.
solution is
Yeah.
not yet found.
And I found many queries have been regarding this, but there was no solution for any of the questions.
David, should we consider this as a spike? Because they say there is no, I mean, fixed solution for this as of now.
But this is a critical bug. Can we afford having a spike with a critical bug?
Can we'll take it up or we'll find some better solution than check for some solution.
Okay. Or to take a spike separately to identify solution and then come back to this bug fix. Would that be okay, David?
Okay, so let's make it a spike then. That's a bit strange, I'd say, but well, this is a bug, and okay, but we can make it a spike.
Okay, and without estimation, and no.
And this is still for Gautam, right?
Sorry, David.
Still for Gautam.
Yes.
This is for Gautam.
Okay.
But when you work on it, ensure to put subtask and daily you will have some task, right? You will have some, if you're trying to find a solution,
I'll update
just yes, but let us know when you're trying to implement that, when you're planning to complete that implementation. Okay, so that we will have a track on that spike.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, moving on to the next one, 230. Are you ready with the bugs? Have you added bugs in Jira?
360 this to 2.
Okay, David, can we review those 3 bugs logged by Jira? Logged by Valliyappan now.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Last 3.
Gee.
He knows.
Okay.
We'll take yours.
All right. So, okay. So we should probably estimate them.
Yeah. Can we see the steps to reproduce, David? Yeah. Okay.
David, just one more query, David. Yesterday, you have reviewed all the things, right? Unlocking levels and all, David.
Yes.
Okay. So we have placed some of the loaders. So is that fine for you, or do we need any text on that in the loaders while unlocking levels?
No, it was fine. It was fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, points please. For 360. Please read the steps to reproduce and let us know if you need more clarity on it now itself.
Okay. Only in this thing actually, in some cases it is coming, in some cases it is not coming.
I have tried in all the cases. Today also, for 3 times also it was failed.
Is it in any specific scenario?
No, it's a positive scenario. Scenario also, it's a positive scenario.
And appears all the time?
Yeah.
Okay. Who will work on it and story points and due date, please? 15 more minutes.
I'll take.
Ram Kumar?
I'll take, yeah.
Okay. It's for Ram. And points, please.
Without knowing the scenario, we are not able to estimate. That's why
He says in all positive scenarios.
not a case of positive.
No, any particular device or all the
No, all the days. S7, S6, S5.
3 points, David, and it's for Ram Kumar. And due date, please.
No, morning we have checked actually. It was like an internal attempt. That is, in some scenario it is working fine. But, so that's why I'm giving 3. I'm not sure. I think I'm properly.
Okay. You just check it once and let us know. We will check
Due
it.
date,
Let's give the due date before Friday. Before 17. Code freeze date is 17. Yeah.
16.
16. You have 16.
No problem. I'll take.
16, David. Okay, and 361. Android issue. All 3 are Android. Open the app. Connections. You already have 2 or 3, no? Maha or Veena. Veena haven't taken any stories yet. Or Yedin.
Sorry, I'm just.
Points, please. 3 points, David, and it's for Ariel.
Yeah.
15 RAM will not be there.
We give them 16.
If we give 16, all the dates are
Yeah.
that's it. Maybe Friday. And in Friday.
Friday is the code-free state.
Yes.
He will not have time. If you
Yes,
give it
Friday,
by
EOD we have
EOD
time.
Friday, then that would be difficult for him to test, no?
By Friday code base means by morning itself.
He should be done with this testing as well. From Monday, he will have to continue with this regression testing thing.
That means Thursday we have to stop.
Yeah.
Friday, Thursday. Thursday.
Thursday,
16.
16th, David. Okay, next one, 362.
Okay, I'll take 360. Yeah. So it's okay.
Okay, story points, please. 362. This is for Veena.
362, it's like
In what scenario you are facing it?
No, not opening. If you're trying to download anything and scan, after scanning and after downloading.
No.
After
No,
download
he's
something,
asking about,
then
he's asking about 362.
there is a case like suppose if the JSON is getting updated, that times we won't be able to enter the app. That's just tested at that time. App will not enter.
Now also I tried.
Okay.
No, they're telling me. See, we're not telling you. See,
they are asking this scenario,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's what
Every time it happens, or
every time if it downloads or if you after scan and unblock courses.
no, he's asking about 362.
If it
Only download or unlock any course. That's
I
why.
givenly mentioned.
no, if we kill and open again, stuck at loading table.
No.
This is simply 26 steps, he's telling down.
That's what he mentioned in the steps to replace. If you go to edit,
Okay, saying like open, download, and then kill it and come back again.
Okay.
After the download completes or in the middle of your
Download completes.
No, that's what the down. Okay.
Okay.
3 points, David. And it's for, sorry?
Veena.
It's for Veena. And due date, if you move all the issues to Thursday, then he will not have time.
we
No.
are not sure that.
We should check it properly again.
First we have to
Then
get
we'll be
the
stuck in the last
scenarios.
minute.
Just the maximum scenario. If you are finishing it,
Yeah.
I'm just afraid, like last time, if we faced, then because we
But
were stuck
actually,
with a few issues for 4 to 5 days. We were continuing with the same issues.
Consider a
So-
case where it works all the time for us. What will we do?
No, because the thing, I agree with what you're telling. But the thing is, when we are trying to unit test, at that time we got working properly. Yeah, it's just in the morning itself we check.
why we
Okay,
are
See, out of
okay.
10 scenarios,
Then sit together and then test.
no, it's not like that. Out of 10 scenarios,
But we will have that, we will miss the development time.
okay.
You will have to adjust, you will have to coordinate, and then you have to complete it.
Okay, okay.
This story is for both development and testing, okay?
Is it there in every phone? Sorry,
So is it for 16th
is 7 every
Yes, on as well.
Or on Wednesday.
or on Wednesday?
Wednesday.
15th, David. Okay, and what else we have? Splash screen. Okay. Is it not for Sheikh?
No, this
It's for okay.
for me.
So it's for Ram Kumar.
This one, splash screen. Yes?
Yeah. And for the due date?
No,
13th.
Assigned to me.
Monday.
This
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's for Ram Kumar.
There is also this one, 251. I don't know why it's not, why it's spillover. No idea.
251 is a spillover, right? It's for Ariel. And the due date?
It's allowed. It's allowed from the place today.
Friday. This Friday.
10th.
Day after tomorrow.
Already you have understood.
Yeah, you can.
You can make it?
Yes.
10th, David. Okay, David, any stories for Sheikh? UI improvements? Do we have anything for him?
Yeah, we have, for example, this one. And this one.
301 and 302. Okay. Estimation Sheikh. For cloud icon, you said, I think, 1 point. Okay. 1 point, and it's for Sheikh.
Testing is
Testing is it?
no, testing.
SHAIK.
Yeah.
The last one. Yeah. Due date check. Tomorrow. 9th. And the next one? 302.
Increase font size.
You said 0 points for this. Yeah.
Just one more. Let him take for testing.
Do you need points for testing Valliyappan? Sheikh said no points for him. Do you need a point?
No. It's like just like that. I will check and see.
Okay, 0 points.
304. Help icon.
And it's for Sheikh. Tomorrow? Due date is tomorrow. SHAIK. Third one. Due date is tomorrow, 9th. Okay. What else, Sheikh? Do you have anything else? 304.
Help icon.
Help icon. Okay. Help icon is blur. How many points? Can we take this as well for Sheikh David?
Absolutely.
Okay. Points for him. 1 point for both of you. 1 point, David. And it's for Sheikh. We'll do it today or tomorrow. 8th. Sorry, 9th. Okay. David, can we move these stories to the sprint and check the velocity? I mean the
Okay, let's just let me let me assign this is about authentication. This is about authentication, fill the app, and all right, so let me start with Arek because he is the easiest one. Okay, and then we have the crashes. And then we have another set of critical things. Okay. Okay, how about this one, Kalpana? Yeah.
Okay. Can we accommodate a few more? 305. 305 is a bug. Okay. Yes.
David, you are going to display it as a snack bar as in the mock-up?
Could you repeat the question?
Regarding 305.
Okay, this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We are going to display it, the message in the snack bar as it is in mockup.
I think that the problem is that the app does not open, that does not run when you turn off network, right? And that's the biggest issue. But I remember that Rankuma did that, and he had either a mock-up or we just displayed some information, a pop-up. I don't know. I don't think we have a mock-up for that.
We
somehow.
In Zeppelin, we have.
That is for JSON only download. It is for download icon.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This one. Yeah, for this one, yes. But okay, so I remember that with Rankuma, we discussed the situation in which you open the app for the first time and you're offline, and we are not able to fetch the table of contents. So yes, yeah, the question, yeah. So it's as in the mockup, exactly. Yeah.
David, in that case, we are going to show the snack bar for. Is there any duration for it, or just for
3 seconds?
3 seconds.
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have that information in the description? No. Can we add that? Done. Okay. Do you want anything else to be added in the description, or can we move on? David, one more request. Can we add the mockup link as a reference for the QA test?
As soon as I find it.
It's titled offline with no download.
He's taking iOS or Android. Check it.
Offline with no download.
Where is the Google Pixel?
Okay.
It's in my
Yeah.
with the same text we are going to display and
Oh, it's not this one. Sorry.
Not that. I think you are checking in Android mockups. It's in iOS mockups.
Oh, really? Okay. That's the reason.
Yes. Just type offline with no download in search. You can get it.
And David, one more query. Did you get a chance to discuss with the stakeholders, like how many languages and those things? Because here we
Yes,
need
this
another localized string for this snack bar to be
I
visible.
put it in the description. I put it in the description of the task. Let me show it to you.
Okay, David.
Okay, so let me update it. Okay, so it's in the reports. Not this one. Yeah, this one.
Sprint 6.
Okay. How? It's not here? Okay, yeah, so it's here. Right, 1, N. And okay, we're going to support the following languages: Spanish, Italian, Polish, Japanese, Brazilian, Portuguese, and Korean. All can be added later.
Strings for what?
Strings for
for all
these
these
languages.
languages. Okay, for now, Polish, half languages.
Would we get the strings for these languages, David?
Well, no, I don't think so. We should do it right now because lots of things may change. I think that we should do it when we are finishing the development. You can use Polish for the time being in all these languages. But I'm not going to order anybody to translate them if the strings are likely to change in the future. So no, it doesn't make sense. But you can set all these languages and just use Polish for the time being. If you want to provide all the mechanisms for all these languages, you can do it this way, but please put Polish strings.
Okay, David.
Internet messages, Polish translation.
We would need translation for the string
For offline.
For offline.
Okay, so just send me an email or via Hangouts and I'm going to respond as quickly as possible.
Okay, David. Fine. So estimation, are we done with the estimation? So 305 of 5 points are. So this is for Maha 16th.
Okay.
Okay. And can we take 306, David, for Veena?
306. I'm just thinking about this one, 230. I prefer this one because this one involves the bug in which if I do not give permissions to use the camera on iOS, the app crashes and you cannot open it.
David, we are having a separate spike handling camera permissions. I'll try to fix this one also along with that, Davi.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we can do it this way. Okay, no problem.
Suppose if we find a positive solution, then we can pull it into the sprint and finish it off.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, no problem.
Okay, and then
Okay, so
the next
we have
priority. Okay, 306. 306 is for Gautam. Veena. Sorry, it's for Veena. Due date, please.
My studies on
Thursday. David. Believe in all the stories, most of the stories you will get it on 16th. And 307 for Gautam. Wednesday. Sure, are you sure? It's for Wednesday, 15th. 36. Okay, David, I think we should be okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, team, are you all okay with this? Is anybody feeling left out or overburdened? Now is the time. Before giving grade sprint. Sorry, start sprint.
May I?
Just a minute, David.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 272. David, just a quick change.
Mm-hmm.
Can we assign Maha for 272 instead of Ramkumar?
Okay.
Team, any other concerns? Are we okay? Can we give start sprint? Okay. If we skip QA handoff date, then our status will be in yellow. Fine, agreed. Yellow. Remember in meeting minutes, I used to send our current status in green.
Okay.
So if we skip the QA handoff date, even a single day, I'll mark it as yellow. Even in my TPM sheet. Okay, agreed? Okay, David, we are okay.
Okay. Well, the first iPhone was shown, so it's a good sign. Okay. Okay then.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So thank you all. Anything else that we need to discuss before we?
No, I don't think so. No?
Okay. Thanks, David. Thanks, Arik. Arik, we'll be
Thank you.
contacting you offline.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we are going for lunch and we'll get back shortly.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, David.